Yes,
Yes.
we
Yes.
did.
There you
Yes.
did.
Here's my mini me, thanks to Trevor.
Uh,
And now,
It's
That's
it's a,
cute.
it's a teeny tiny Kristen for a teeny tiny Kristen.
And there, for those that don't know, like her and her husband are like into like anime and like things like that. So like there's also like multiple tie-ins. So like I'm always paying attention. Um like the reason Heidi got sent that cereal is the second time I was ever on camera with Heidi, like talking to her. Her son was like housing like a giant like a movie bowl of cereal. Like he was just like crushing this bowl of cereal. And like she told me like how much he loves cereal. So like I just noted that in my brain of like, okay, like so like Heidi got a bunch of cereal and we sent her some leads, right? Like I kind of we kind of Mel and I pay attention to those kind of things. So you never know what you're gonna get on the Wonder Wheel. You never know. So all right. Could you guys believe it's Cinco de Mayo? Like it was May 4th yesterday. I'm a big Star Wars fan, so I get lots of messages on May 4th, but like I'm blown away that it's like May already. Like I blinked. Like Mel and I, this is how we were joking about it. So we had to we have to finally go buy grocery bags. So right when we buy a box, right? A box of grocery bags for just me, Mel, and Major lasts us quite a long time. And we were like figured out like a box of 200 had lasted us like like a year and a half. So right, like we were like doing the math on like how long it had taken, and we realized like, oh, it's May. So that part is kind of fun. All right. Well, we have new faces on here. And even if you're not on camera, you're going to get picked on a little bit. Some of you have been around. Um, and I want to take a sec and introduce Miss Brittany. She passed her exam there in the process of moving to Florida, like right in the middle of it. Like she's getting ready to like pretty much leave here pretty quick. So I want to have you take a sec and introduce yourself, Miss Brittany.
Hi, everybody. My name is Brittany. I'm originally from Jacksonville, Florida, but we are finally moving back. My husband's from Montana. He's also in the Navy. And I'm really excited to be here and meet everyone. I've tried to hop onto a few Zoom calls over the last few days, but with us moving, it's been a lot. But I'm very excited to be here. And thank you guys so much for all the encouragement and support and everything. And I'm so happy to go ahead and get started.
Awesome. And we have Miss Bella here. Bella is in Texas. Her husband is also in the service. She has two little ones, so she's got her hands full quite a bit right now. I don't know. She's not on camera. I don't know if she has a if she's in a spot to talk yet or not this morning.
Yeah, I'm dealing with the gremlins. So I'm here though, listening.
Where in Texas are you for everybody?
I've actually been moving over the weekend. I am right now in Huddle, kind of like by the Austin area. So
Nice.
yeah, lots of
Yep.
fun.
Yep, we got other agents there. And then we've kind of seen him around. And he's been poking in and out, but Mr. Shane's here. I saw Miss Heidi just jumped on. We were just talking about whether or not you were eating a bowl of cereal during this call, Miss Groothouse. But I'll let you introduce Mr. Shane properly here for the first time.
Fantastic. Yeah. So Shane is former vet or well, a veteran. He's also in Texas. Probably going to be moving soon though. He's a really awesome guy. He's already licensed. We're getting him set up with the different carriers and everything. He's booked like a bunch of appointments already. Like he's asking tons of questions. He's gotten in here and like jumped in, and he's putting in the work already, and I'm just really excited to have him here. I'm really proud of him. I'm really glad that that he's that he's on here and he's doing the things and listening and taking advice. And yeah, it's been really fun it's been really fun. So yeah, I don't know if I did that very well, but that's Shane. He's great. Welcome, Shane. Officially.
Thank you very much.
How we doing, Mr. Shane?
I'm doing all right today. Yeah, I got a lot of I'm still having trouble getting access to a couple of the quoting tools, Americo especially, but yeah, I've been calling a lot of people. They want to know what what their options are. A lot of people to get back to. Starting tomorrow, and then I got a friend of mine in Florida that wants to look into universal or whole life policy for their entire family. So I got a lot going on this week.
Nice. Very cool.
I think I got a
Yeah.
meeting with you this afternoon about a couple of things.
Perfect. Love it. That's what we're here for.
Okay.
Nice. And I see the newly appointed, finally official, through much trial and tribulation to get her approved. Miss Jabria is finally a symmetry agent. I was so excited. I woke up, I saw the email. It's official.
Yes. Now I can get plugged into everything. It's been trial and error. We're here though.
She is in the Phoenix area. So for those that didn't get to meet you at conference, can you tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I live in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm originally from New Jersey, so I'm a fellow East Coaster as well. I just joined Symmetry. I did attend the conference back in, was it March? It was awesome. I plan on attending the one in August. I really look forward to meeting everyone and joining the team.
Awesome. And I love it. And then I see Miss Mary on here. She's been like sneaking in and saying hi. How's all your stuff going, Miss Mary?
It's going slow. I'm in the process of moving 2 houses at the same time into one while I'm trying to do the course. So it's taking me some time. And I homeschool 2 boys while I'm at it.
So why not just start a whole new career while we're at it? I love it.
Why not? It's just been so my dad passed away last October, and so my mom can't really be on her own anymore in her house. So that's why I'm moving 2 houses into one. It wasn't originally planned, and of course, so it's just been a lot. I wasn't planning on starting a job at the same time as moving, but it's what happened. I was looking for a job, and at the same time, we signed a contract.
Well, yeah, Keith and Allison know a thing or two about homeschooling and having a few kids or running around. So, that's you're part of a great team there, and we're excited to have you. All right, well, let's get into the fun stuff, boys and girls. We're gonna talk about we're gonna get a little salesy today, and we're gonna talk about hunting versus farming, right? Which are you trying to do? And it really comes down to prospecting versus marketing. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to recap last month's numbers, which you all should be very proud of. We're going to see some new slides, some fun and interesting stuff here as we go through. So we're going to recap last week. And since she was number one, Mrs. Groothouse, I'm going to talk about last week's slide. Maybe.
Sorry, I was having issues with the microphone. It didn't want to click. Wow. That's awesome. What was the question?
You get to read off the names of the top 3 of each last week, and you will see one of the leaderboards we are going to have is DCAs. Because listen, if you don't put any activity in, none of it matters. And as you will see, like from Mr. TJ, if you don't put your picture into HQ and get us your pic, you're going to have a very funny picture of you posted. For those who are too young to know who that is William Shatner as TJ Hooker. And, since, Robert goes by TJ, I thought it was a very appropriate picture to use for him today.
You thought it was a very appropriate picture.
Yes. Oh, inner perfect William Shatner voice. That's totally getting
That's
clipped by
right.
Mel, by the way.
Oh man. Fantastic. So yeah, looking at this top APV, Juanetta, look at you. Mr. Trevor Tipton. I can't talk. It's early. But on the leaderboards too. Dude, Emily, look at you. You're killing it, girl. Woo. TJ.
Yep.
And then me.
Yep.
Kristen with the top apps. Emily with the top app. Juanetta. Trevor again, leading from the front.
Yep.
TJ. And then me. It's awesome. Juanetta. Dude, 58 contacts. Yes. 7 appointments. That's awesome. 3 contacts and 7 appointments. That's super cool. Keith, you're killing it. Sandra, that's my partner right there. She's freaking got it. Doing great. Dayla, look at you. That's freaking great. And then Emily again. 506 dials. You're killing it.
I want to talk about the first two. You guys understand, Dayla gets up and goes to work 40 hours as an RBT, and she works 40 full hours, and then she still put in 242 dials last week. Like, I know she's going to get to watch this later, but I am so incredibly proud of her. Like, she is putting in the work because she wants to fire her boss. She does not want to ever have a boss ever again, right? So if you come to me and tell me the reason you can't make the dials, I'm going to point at people like Dayla and Emily to show you that you can, right? Like, I'm going to show you that. And then Miss Emily, right? Putting the dials in and now, right, getting the sales. Do you see that correlation working for you, young lady?
I do. Like in the beginning, I was like, oh, 30 dials, but I'm not getting anywhere. Oh my gosh, I'm so horrible. Well, duh, that's not enough.
Yeah, it's it makes a difference. So, right? And
So
then one
proud
of
of you, Em.
Yep. Like, but she sees it, right? Like she's seen it in her, right? She's seen it in her sales, she's seen it in her bank account, right? And she's only been here 90 days, right? So if you come to me and tell me you want to make $10,000 in a month, but you don't do it, it's not there. And listen, you get on the Wonder Wheel by just tracking your activity. It's a free thing. You might get a box of cereal, you might get a doll made of yourself. You never know what you're going to get. You might get some leads. Heidi also got some leads with her cereal last week, right? You don't know what's going to show up. Because one of the things you're going to see here, we're going to talk about is our April leaderboard. It's we don't have the DCAs up because that's one of the things we're going to be tracking moving forward. And you never know what rewards might come from DCAs, boys and girls. And it's only helping you to track it, right? Like it's your business, it's your tracking, it's how you're doing it. Miss Angie is a nurse and she can't be on here right now, but I know she's going to listen to it afterwards. So, right, like she rocked out the top APV. She got me. I got to rebuild Bitrix last month, so I had to put a little production aside in order to have all that rebuilt for building, but I'm glad we did. It's done. I'm over the hump. Shout out to, I want to call, I almost teased him and called him Bootwell just to be like Mr. Summers. As you guys will learn to find out, our mentor Scott is not the best at pronouncing names. He couldn't say Jabria's name right if his life depended on it. Like, and then when it comes to he thinks it's boot, like you're wearing a boot instead of bout, like there's a U in their name. So sometimes I like teasing him there.
Are we just gonna keep letting that go? Like, are we gonna?
I mean,
chill?
You guys all know Eiley Wood, correct? For those who have been here a while, Eiley has been at this agency 5 years. He calls her Ailey still. She's been here 5 years. Like, good luck getting them to pronounce your name right. Like,
Okay,
zero
never
chance.
mind.
Yeah, there's just zero chance it's going down. Like, like that. Like, there's a better chance that he says Seta's name right first before he doesn't make two O's in your guys' last name. That's just him and Pat are just. That's not their. They're great at some stuff. Name pronunciation is not one of them. But yeah, right. Like shouting out Keith, Emily, right? Angie getting it done on the monthly leaderboards. We had a great month. I'm super happy with what everybody's doing. And the activity they're putting in. And then the board I care about more than anything else, our top builders last week. Shout out to Keith and Allison, Heidi, Walnetta, Sandra Brandy, Miller, and S hired their first agent. Miss Allison, how's it going since you ditched me and left me high and dry?
It's been amazing. I'm just kidding. No, I miss y'all. No, seriously. It's been good. Yeah, I feel so much more prepared just having the experience, But anybody can recruit. But yeah, I do have some extra free time. But yeah, it's been going great. I love it.
So speaking of moving across the country, Miss Brandy is in the middle of that. Is she on today? Oh, she's here. Yep, she's in the process of moving across the country too. How we doing, young lady?
I'm good. I'm just packing away.
It feels like everybody's moving right now. It's like spring move time. Feels like we got a bunch of people moving. Miss Anna, 2 scheduled, 2 hired, right? You can't do better than 100%. How are you feeling? How you feeling about building?
I'm feeling really good. I'm over here celebrating my anniversary still with my husband, and I hired 2 people. So, yeah, it's really great. I'm really happy. And Brandy's over there laughing. I just love you, girl. I just do so much. But yeah, so it's moving people through. I hired 2 people, and then I had 2 people submit their symmetry applications. One is already approved, everything's good to go, and now the other one I'm waiting on. So that was a process. But yeah, you know what? Just going through the process. I was told by a new hire on Saturday, he said, you know, I'm just so excited about getting involved in your team. He said, I have interviewed with other people as far as like, this industry goes. And he already passed, his course and everything. And he's scheduled his state exam. And he goes, but I'm going to tell you something. He said, you by far have made this team seem just like the team that I want to be a part of. It's exactly what I'm looking for. No one else has talked to me like this. You just made it so easy, conversational. He said, you've blown my mind. He's like, I just never thought that I was going to have an interview like this. I wasn't expecting it. And so he's really excited to, pass his exam, get his license, and get onboarded. And I'm just very thankful because it shows in my posture, and it shows in my posture even when I'm talking to my leads. So I'm really excited about what's happening this year.
For sure. So I'm gonna pick on Miss Cunningham here for a second on this slide. So, right, like one of the things I really wanted to do with and put together after going through this, a little over a year ago myself was I was like, okay, there is a better way to like help our agents, help us scale, put things in place. So as you're watching agents now, Sandra, you're being able to help use our CRM, put it in, with our onboarding guide and manual. How does it feel to know like this is in place versus just even when I was able to hire you and start?
Oh goodness, yeah, it's so helpful and just so streamlined and easy. I was thinking actually about that over the weekend. So funny that you would ask me because I was like, so yeah, if I didn't have that to plug them into, I would be going back and looking at all the things that you sent me in the first one. Okay, I'd be copying Trevor's email and sending it now and sending it now. And I have to be doing that. I would have to be doing that individually with each individual person. So yeah, it's so streamlined and easy. I love it.
Yep. It's you know, it's why I took that time to rebuild this last month and then re-get it done. And that's where I want to talk about this right here. On the monthly for interviews scheduled. Um, I want to just give all you guys a shout out on here, right? Like this is a contact sport, right? We don't know who's gonna make it, right? Remember, we're here to recruit people, we're not here to hire people. I don't know who's gonna make it here, right? Like I know that I want to give everybody the opportunity to do it and have this, you know, industry in place change their life. Um, and so, right, like, you know, Heidi, you know, and you're seeing it, right? Heidi's up on the leaderboards in APV, right? Like, oh man, I'm hiring all these people. I better get my butt out front, right? Like Keith and Allison doing the same, right? So I'm gonna start there with Mr. Bootwell. How we feeling learning to manage hiring and production at the same time?
Well, it's makes the day go by really fast.
Yes, it
And
does.
you live, like you said, you live and die by your schedule, your calendar. So but this week has the potential already to be our best week yet. So we'll find out more.
And Keith loves doing the second interviews, guys. Like he loves it. He does really good at it. So
Well, I've
anyway.
listened to a few of Trevor's and took notes.
And right, remember, this is just like producing, right? Like go on, listen to interviews. Guys, I've personally interviewed thousands of people in my life, and I've been trained by like some great leaders over the years, right? Like, and then when at this company, I've gone and listened to other people interview. I've gone and listened to Chris Cook interview. I've listened, you know, to some of the top people here in this company interview to say, okay, this is a little bit different, go through training. What are we doing there? But it's, you know, magic, you know, looking on that. Miss Anderson, 9 for 9, right? You know, 9 for 9. Let's talk about that. How are you enjoying getting your button gear to build?
I'm really enjoying it a lot. I mean, one of the reasons that I came here was because I wanted to help and empower others to be able to do what I'm doing so they can also reach their goals and their dreams. So this is a way to do that along with, you know, helping clients with what they need as well. My my word for this year was balance. So I'm learning to I've had to learn that, as Trevor knows. I have a hard time in some areas with that. And so um now I'm learning to balance, you know, the recruiting with the production, which I feel like I'm starting to get better at. And that's all we can do, right? Is get better, a little bit better every day. And that excites me, you know, with the help of everybody here. Of course, we're a team, and everybody here helps. We just help each other out. And I love that. Love that.
Yep. And then I'm excited as more people are coming in, as Kristen and Miller and S are going to start getting going here. You'll see it. Like, I don't know what I'm doing correct. You don't, but we have the things in place to help, right? That's the important thing is you don't know who you're going to invite here and share this, right? Like, you'll get to hear stories here as you get to meet some of the top people and biggest agencies here is, you know, who comes in where and how. You just don't know who you're talking to, what they'll be, right? And frankly, most of the time, the people I think in my head, oh, I think they're going to do really good. They got a ton of potential. They don't, and the ones are like, I don't know if they can do it. Um, you know, they impress me every time. So yeah, right. Why we work for ourselves. We don't work by ourselves, right? Remember that. Like, we're not here to work by ourselves, right? We're here to, that we're here to work together, right? Because it's rolling those tides. Uh, like, you just don't know who you're going to find and where, right? And this is really important to me, and I wanted to take a second to talk about this, and we're going to talk about it in sales too. Just like producing, right? Because remember, we're here to protect families and help show others how to have their own business and protect their families. We're here ultimately at our core to do those couple things, right? We are professional problem solvers. That's what we really are. We are solving the problem of whether people want to not have a boss again, whether they want to be to work at home, if they want to have more time with their family, to be able to go where they want and do what they want and do what's important to them, and protecting them in a terrible time in their life when finances really, really matter, when the average funeral in the United States is $10,000 to $31,000, right? Like, most people can't pay their mortgage, can't protect their income, right? Like, the amount of debt that's in this country is insane. So we're here to do that, but right, like, and I'm going to talk about this more later, but remember, don't go chase shiny new toys, right? Don't turn around and just be like, oh, I'm going to do this now. Oh, I'm going to do this now. That's massive action and massive correction. We're not trying to do massive correction, right? Like, you don't want to wholesale everything you're doing over and over. It's like, okay, this works for me. Let me do this. This works for me. Let me do this. But I can tell you this right now. And I've said it to, I love Scott Kelly. I will never, ever, ever, as long as I am in this business, do group interviews. I will not do it. I do not like it. It is a miracle that I am here through a group interview. If Scott wouldn't have reached out to me separately, I think he kind of saw my resume and who I was, I probably wouldn't have be on his team. And so remember, we are here to like show people the opportunity that's here. And let's talk about that, right? So I want to give, this is, we had 10 new riders last month. I'm excited to see this leaderboard coming, right? We're going to be showing the APV of the agency, but Keith and Allison, Anna, Sandra, right, all had some ready to writes last month. Like, we're going to be showing this, right, and talking about what's important. Like, how many people you tell about this opportunity is just as important as how many families you protect. Like, you can't get to where you want to be if you don't focus on it. So just know, right, like, we're going to look at that. But last week, right, like, how's it feel knowing like, hey, I got somebody like really onboarded, right? Like they're official, right? You see the email come through. How cool does it feel to be like I was so excited for Jabria. Like, when she, like, I woke up, I was like, yes, like, she's finally got, like, because you get CC'd on the welcome email, right? Like, I get more excitement out of that than I do of, seeing my own personal success, because I know where people are going to go. So, right, like, new writers, right? We want to get people into the system. We want them taking out a policy on themselves, right? We want to get you writing right away, getting your carrier numbers. It's why sure LC's, more important. Right. And we're going to be showing your APV for the agency, right? Like, we're tracking that as well. So, keep open to that. And this is one, like, I'm super happy with. We had, as an agency, this isn't actually correct, unfortunately. Mars is still learning. She was helping me put these together, so she's still learning on how to look everything up, and don't go there. But as an agency, we had 17 ready to writes last month. Like, that is amazing, right? And the team was almost half of them, right? Like, we were directly 9, the team was, another 8. So when Misty was talking about, where are we at? Yes, listen, I have people messaging me every day now asking me what we are doing. People very high up in Senator, what are you doing? How do you have, right, so many ready to writes? How many do you have? Because it's what we're focusing on, right? We're here to empower people and protect families. We're here to do both. But, right, like, everybody's starting to bring in their writers. I'm super excited. And I'm excited to get this agency, number written, right? Because we're also here to write business, and we're going to talk about that today, right? We still got to produce to fund all that. But I'm super excited there. I'm going to talk about that for the new people. Remember, Slingshot, right? If you're at 80 and want to make 85, right? You can place 5,000 in a month or go from there. This is a 4 out of 5 week turn in to hit Slingshot. So if you didn't write an app last week, okay, you have to write an app every week the rest of the month, but you can go there, right? You can go 80, 95 if you're doing it versus the 2 months. But as we're teaching and learning, like, go give yourself a promotion, right? Like, you can just make 5% more money this month by just helping protect families, right? So keep that in mind as you're looking at things and going from there. All right, this is participatory today. You will get voluntold and picked if you're not unmuting and answering in chat. This is not a Trevor talking. This is a very interactive conversation because I think it's really, really important on what we're doing. Okay. So my first question is, what do we do here exactly? What do we do? What do we do here at Symmetry?
We help families protect those that they love.
Yep. What else do we do?
Have fun and get stuff done.
That is a core value. We definitely do that. What else do we do? What do we do? If you don't want to publicly say it, type it in chat. What do we do?
We
think we
make sure that families are protected before something happens.
Yes. Yep.
I think we show people that there's actually people who care about them. You know, I've had several people they never said that, but I can kind of tell they were thinking like they didn't really believe I was being genuine because they didn't think, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? It's hard to
It does.
say
Look at
faking.
what number 4 on the list is today. We're going to talk about that very thing, Mr. Keith. Like, that's really important. What else do we do here?
We grow ourselves and learn to be better people, and with that we are able to empower and help others, protect others.
Yep. Agreed. So do we also give people the opportunity to change their own lives? Yes.
That's what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
We show
Stoller.
people a way to financial independence is actually how I was going to word it.
Yep. Right. Do we have a product that can show people how to pay a mortgage off in half the time? Right.
Yes, we do.
Yep. This is how cool it is, right? We went and met Walnetta and Gary for dinner on Friday. Miss Emily had an appointment. She had someone live. She needed help. Okay. She was like, she got me on the phone. She didn't wait. She didn't like try to like go in her shell and hide like she was doing at first, right? She picked up the phone. Hey, Trevor, what do I do here? Okay. Perfect. Got it. We talked to her. The only time she was available on Friday, Miss M just wasn't available. I said, it's cool. I got you. We'll help run it. But while Netta and I were going to make for dinner, we walked outside. We got her on the phone. While Netta, because the first call, guys, is it's 5 minutes. It's, hey, does this make sense? And can we really help your family? And we're going to give them some homework. That's all we're going to do. We sat down with her and we found out that her interest rate on her home is 6%. And she's already paying extra towards it every month. Right? Like she is like her and her husband are like the dream, right? Like they're late 30s TFL candidates. We are going to save them so much money. It's going to it's going to blow their mind when they get to see the illustration of what we can do. Like some people, it's so good. They're like, there's no way. And we're like, yeah, listen, there's thousands of clients in this. That's why, when the thing I say is, remember when you hear rich people don't pay taxes, right? This is one of the ways they get around this, right? Is they use life insurance to help them. All right. So we did it in a parking lot. You can literally do this from anywhere, right? And now we're meeting her with this next coming Friday evening, right? Like literally sat in a parking lot, right? Stood outside, put her on speakerphone. We talked to her and then we went back in, right? Like, because there are, things you can do there. So, okay, how do we help others? That's one way. What do we do here to help others?
Support and mentorship.
Very true. Absolutely. What else? How else do we help others?
We help those through the critical period. This period stage is when after a death, When all is lost, we help the people financially through those times.
Yep. So like, here's an example, right? If, right, I took the keys to our truck, right? We got a big truck to tow our RV with. Some of you have seen it, right? If I came to you right now and I took the keys out and I said, if you can write me a check for $10,000 cash right now and just give me 10 grand cash, I'll give you my $100,000 truck. Do you think you could, do you have the money first off? Okay. But second, would you figure out a way to come up with the money? Right? If I told you you get 10 grand and you can have $100,000 truck, would you figure out a way to come up with the money somehow? Guess what? That's what this business is. That's what leads are. That's what building is you literally are watching Symmetry pay out over $1 million in bonuses in March. You just saw the numbers. They posted it on the last national sales call, right? Our managing partner, Kevin, made in bonuses, not what he just made. His bonus was $45,000. His bonus was 45 grand, right? That's not what he makes. That was his bonus. Okay. Like, that's what we're telling you. That is what we're telling everybody else. And then we're giving them the opportunity to, right? If someone passed away in your family right now and you had to go write a $10, $20, $30,000 check for a funeral, could you do it? Do you have the money to get on the airplane and just fly there? Do you have the money to go rent the car and stay at the hotel and just stay there? Right? Remind me later. Hey, go away. Right? Like, do you have that money right now? You have that opportunity in front of you, and it's by prospecting versus marketing. We're going to talk about that today. Okay. We're going to talk about the difference. Okay. So what is marketing? What do we think marketing is?
Finding business, for lack of better terms.
But how? What's marketing?
Advertising.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. And how are you promoting yourself? Right. So what's prospecting? Do we know? Do we know what prospecting is?
That's a targeted search of those who are actually looking for a particular product. We are going and looking at those directly.
So a lead, which we invest into, versus us sharing the opportunity about who we are and what we do. Okay. And so, right. First things first, we are not order takers here. Okay. Right. Everybody just wants to come in and be an order taker. I mean, everybody does, right? Like, who doesn't want to just sit there on the phone and take orders? Right. Like, that's not absolutely right. That for sure. Right. Like, that's what you're doing though. But let's talk about when it comes to term and sales. Okay. And I was on a call this morning and I got reminded of like this that I've had happen, and think about the difference between the two people. So marketing is at your home. How many of us here get a flyer in the mail, a letter in the email, an email, or like a card stuck in your door that says like, hey, use our lawn service. Hey, use my tree care, right? Like, hey, use us. That's marketing, right? That's marketing. Okay. So, right. Like, think about though, like how to create a brand where marketing generates all of your revenue, right? Think about how long it takes in order to get there, right? It's why like car manufacturing is so tough, right? Anybody can go make a car. All these billionaires, they can buy the machines to make a car, right? They can buy the motor components, the tire components, but how many car brands are there really, right? And then why do you buy which car you buy? Right? A lot of times it's how reliable is that car? Can I count on it? Am I going to have a bunch of problems with it? Do I trust it? It's the same thing with us, right? That's what marketing is. Marketing is going out. So at a house we had in Arizona for like 7 years. 6 years we actually had it. So a house we had there, I had a big desert tree out in the front yard. It's called a mesquite tree. And they're messy, but they grow really big. Okay. And I constantly had to get that tree trimmed. And I could do it. Listen, I have guys that work for me that did that, but I didn't have time. I was too busy. And I'd look at that tree and go, crap, I need to get the guys over and get them to take care of it. Or, hey, it's there, right? I got the postcard in the mail. I got the flyer in the mail. I got the email marketing me. I got the guy that left the card at my door, but I didn't hire them. Know who I hired to cut my tree? The kid that walked up to my door, saw my truck in the driveway and knocked on my door and said, hey, I cut some of your other neighbors' trees in the neighborhood. I come by once a week. I help manage everything. I'll take care of your tree for $400. I'll trim it up, right? And it's not just that tree, because I had 3 trees in my yard. I'll trim those 3 trees and I'll do a big tree trim. I'll come by once a quarter, make sure your trees are trimmed. And listen, I had branches hanging on my house. He goes, I'll be here next week. I go, deal, done, right? Because what did he do, right? What is the one thing nobody said yet that what we actually do here, right? I haven't heard it once yet. We are professional problem solvers. First and foremost, we are professional problem solvers, right? Are you solving the problem of making sure a family can pay for a funeral, that their mortgage is protected, that they're getting out of debt? Or are you solving the problem of, I'm going to help that person not have a boss anymore. I'm going to help them make thousands of dollars every month anymore, right? Like, what problem are you solving? First and foremost, before everything else, we are professional problem solvers, right? Like, that is it, right? And so, right, like when you're going out, so what is dialing? Dialing is prospecting, okay? We're calling them, right? And if we get them at the right time, yes, I need this problem solved. I was right. You guys know I'm a data nerd. I was digging in some data, and these are people that admitted it. There is 101 million Americans that have admitted they don't have life insurance or it's inadequate, and 50%, 56% of the reason why people said that is because they just don't understand the product. That's 56 million Americans right there. You think we have a few customers we have access to? We think you have a few people that need problems solved, right? Yes. It's that kid who did that. He was a young kid. That kid, if somebody asked me who cut my trees, guess who I said? I didn't say the people that marketed to me. I didn't say the people that branded to me. I didn't say that. I said the kid that came and knocked on my door and hustled, right? The kid that said, hey, I'm willing to work for the opportunity. Here's how I'm going to solve your problem. I'm going to exchange money for time, right? And that's what a lot of us want to do. We want to exchange money to solve our time problem, okay? What's our time problem? I have to bury someone. I have to pay for a mortgage without my partner there. I have to protect my income. What is the problem we're trying to solve? Do you think of yourself as a professional problem solver? And this is where I'm going to tie into what Keith said. Go make a friend. Just get on the phone and be friendly. Stick and smile, right? Like, put a sticker up and smile when you're talking to these people and act like you actually like what you're doing. It's why we want you to write a policy on yourself. Because if you don't believe enough to even write a $10 a month accidental policy on yourself, you don't believe in this, right? You don't, right? If you won't write a $10 a month accidental policy on yourself, you don't believe in this, right? So how are you going to help believe in others? But first and foremost, just go be friendly, man. Be nice to people, right? Would you agree, for everyone on here that knows me well, would you agree I come across friendly when I talk to you on the phone? Yes?
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
For sure.
To have friends, one must show themselves friendly. Okay? That's a quote from the Bible on top of it, right? Like, that's how making friends works. You have to be friendly first, right? Like, you have to bring value and be friendly. But if you're on the phone and don't sound that way, right? The client's going to feel it. You can tell when you're talking to someone and they're having a bad day. You can see it. It's why I stopped the sales call last week. You all were in a funk. Like blah. Like I was like, no, no. You all were lethargic and like bumming me out. Like I don't want to be around that. Like we have to change our countenance when we're calling and just go make a friend, right? So how is prospecting now different from farming? Think of a hunter, right? A hunter goes out to kill to eat his food, right? Are you going to get food much faster if you're a hunter or you're a farmer and you got to wait for your crop to grow? You got to go dig the field. You got to then plant the seed. You then got to water it, right? You got to then let it grow. You got to continue to water it. And then you got to take the crop. And then depending upon what it is, you got to store the crop or feed the crop. How much longer is it to get fed farming versus it is hunting, right? Now, here's the goal. We all want to become farmers. I want to be a farmer, right? That's why we're building agencies, because we're learning how to farm in that brand name, right? In your circle of friends, how many people here know a real estate agent? How many people know a real estate agent? How many know more than one? How many know more than two? Right? Everybody and their mother is a real estate agent, okay? Are you the real estate are you the 27th life insurance in your circle? Probably not. And some of you right now are at the struggle of, I even have this a little bit, right? What do you mean you're doing life insurance, Trevor? Like, you literally have a doctorate in fluid engineering. You have 150 hours of like advanced training in how to do landscape architecture and that. They were like, what? I'm like, yeah, guess what? I'm smart enough. I can go figure this out, right? Yes. The real estate market's totally about to crash, like in terms of agents. When I say crash, like I've interviewed more real estate agents lately than I ever have. Like they see it, right? Like, because I also don't think the 6% thing's sticking around. Technology is going to eat that alive. Whereas what we're doing, it's the opposite. Think about now with all the AI stuff and all the fake videos and all the fake things out there. Do we think authenticity, right? Do we think being kind and compassionate is going to give us a leg up? Yes, right? Like, do we think that will help us, right? So go be the expert in your friend circle, right? Because eventually what you want to do is build the brand, right? So if I said right now, right, off the top of your head, don't Google it, don't look it up, okay? I want you to name 10 brands of tennis shoes off the top of your head, right? Name 10 brands of sneakers, right? Start typing, put them in chat, right? Like how many can you name off the top of your head, right? Like that you can really name, right? Yep. Okay. Right. How many can we name? Yep. Right. Nike, see a lot of Nike, little Haka running. Yep. So Bella's a runner. Got it. Right. I know what you do based upon what answer your first answer is. Right. Like, think about that. Right. Was Haka around 20 years ago? Right. Like, no. Right. How many people buy Nike because it's convenient? Right. Like, the brand, what they're getting. They have marketed into, Jordan into there, right? I see a like in 90s and news. We can't even hardly name 10 shoes, right? Think about that, right? Think about the fact you can't name 10 brands of shoes off the top of your head. People are the same way. They're not going to name 15 real estate agents they know. They're going to name one or two. People aren't going to name 15 brands of cars. People are going to name one or two life insurance agents and people that can help them they know. Go market and become that trusted source in your circle. So how do you do that? Create a newsletter, right? Send it out to your people, text it out, right? That's marketing, right? Do what Keith and Allison did. They went and bought a bunch of postcards, right? And sent them out, right? That was marketing and branding. Hey, this is our circle we know. Let's market to them, right? But hunting is, I'm going to go knock on my neighbor's door and say, hey, do you need any help? Right? Like, that's like proactive there, right? So let's talk about DCAs, right? Most of your DCAs do not match what you've told me your goals are. Okay? Just being honest, right? most of your DCAs do not match what you tell me your goals are, right? Like, I can look at them and I can probably correlate it directly to your bank account. And that also counts for your interviews. Like, hey, I want to build an agency, but if you don't interview anybody, right? If you don't help recruit anybody, you're not going to have anybody on your team, right? Like, it's just a volume sport, right? The more people we can put in, it's better, right? Like, does that match where it goes? Yep, there you go. So yeah, right. And that's why, right? Why we get on and work together, why we talk about that. Hey, this was a good idea. Like, I like how you did that, right? It's why I use the digital hi hello card, right? Like, I want to see everybody that clicks my card, right? I want to know that they opened it versus me just sending them a JPEG, right? There's reasons behind like why I do the data stuff the way I do it. But like, do your DCAs match your calls? And then ask yourself, are you an order taker? Or are you, right, a salesperson, right? Are you a professional problem solver? Or are you just here trying to take orders? Right? And so Miss Kristen posted about this, and this is like a foundational same. I love Vistaprint, guys. I've used it for so many things in my life. I've printed a lot of stuff off there. Right? So Miss Kristen Blankenship, right? I'm gonna pick on you for a second, young lady. You talked about a book that I think is at a core, like is a top 5 all-time book for me. Okay. It's called Mindset. It's by Dr. Carol Dweck. And it's just an amazing book. So share with everyone what it did for you and why you think people should read that book.
Okay. So there's a lot. I mean, this book literally, it's called the Mindset Book. I've got it right here because I just finished it, and I'm going to print out the graphic that I have on in the back about mind growth and fixed mindset. This we all have both, and so recognizing the traits of a fixed mindset, which is this is my ceiling, I can't go past it, and then the growth mindset of there is no ceiling and I can grow past anything. And you told me to read it when I said I suck at sales. I am not a salesperson. I hate salespeople. I've never done sales before, and I'm not sure how to do this. And that's when you're like, you need to read this book right now, and you need to never say you suck at sales again. So it really taught me how to evaluate and look at when I have what I now call Ann, which Ann is my negative side, the negative side of my brain that talks. When Ann is telling me that I'm not good enough, Ann's telling me I can't do this, Ann's telling me that I'm failing. How to then look and just evaluate what I need to do differently and how to be able to push past it and how to be able to grow. So, and this is not just work, this is my personal life. Like my husband and I are having conversations that we've never had, and we've been married 23 years. Like this literally impacted every aspect of my life. And with my dialing last week, I did more than I ever have. I was like, okay, to be able to get what I want and get the goals, I got to push and I can do that. Instead of me saying, well, I can only work this many hours, I can only put in this much effort, I pushed past that. So it really has just blown the lid off of so many beliefs that I used to have with that closed mindset, the fixed mindset. And I now see things through different lenses that no matter what our situation is, who we are, what our past is, we can learn anything. It may be harder to learn for some of us, but I can still learn. I'm not Trevor and had 20 years of sales experience. No, I'm Kristen, and I've been doing this for almost 2 years, and I can still grow.
Yep.
I can still reach the numbers. It may take me longer, but I can still do it. It's still possible. So it just allowed me to see the possibilities in life.
I totally agree, right? And here's the thing, it's all about working at it, right? Don't chase shiny new toys, right? Like I'm going to keep saying that a lot because there's a lot of information out there. But listen, like there's a reason I've used the zip script here, right? Like that's all I've used. All I use is a sales presentation here, right? Like um that's what's there and how we do it. So don't forget, if you don't have a partner yet, go pick one. If I don't see your name on the contest, I'm gonna make you wear the cone of shame. There's no reason it shouldn't be there, right? So don't forget that. It's gonna be a cool party. Here's all the rewards you guys can see. It's in there for it. If you are not taking advantage of school, right? Listen, guys, I have a lot of training in there now for our agency. So everything is getting put into there. We're updating it. This one right here, the most powerful tool in your arsenal. If you're new, if you, as you're starting, have your agents start with this. I break down life insurance 101. Go into school, right? And go learn like what a term policy is, what a whole life policy is. It is basics. Like I'm going to walk you through the difference between mortgage protection and MPI insurance. So when someone asks you, and then you can start working into the rest. Okay. The Relentless Pursuit has that book we just talked about. We have tons of book lists in there, right? By the way, I can see how much every single one of you have done in there. Can see how that tracking says 0. I can see what everybody's done in there. I know whether you clicked on it or not. So I don't care if you do or you don't, because you're only hurting yourself, right? And then our code is active. If you click on the link, it's saved. Yes, they can't come into school or until they're onboarded, Sandra. They got to be licensed with Symmetry. If you click on this in there, the code Tipton, it'll take you right to the registration site. At the end at checkout, it's going to ask for the code because tickets are $259. Otherwise, the ticket to the conference is $1,500 or is $199. Get your hotels reserved as well. You want to get that done. But right, like go get committed, right? This is how you show up for yourself. Get a ticket, say I'm going, and then you're going to figure out how to fund it to get there. And now we get to do the fun, one of my favorite parts of the week. It's Wonder Wheel time. So Miss Anna still has her gift coming. Sometimes you see things take a little bit longer, depending upon what we're doing for the person. So hi, would you give me a sec, lady? Just let me switch screens, crying out loud. So yes, I had to switch screens. All right. So again, for those that are new, if you post your DCAs, you automatically get your name on the wheel. All you got to do is post them. Post your DCAs. And it's showing up for yourself. All right. But we're going to finish up because the Purdy sales training is starting. All right. We're going to click spin and we're going to go. Let's see. Let's see who we got. Uh-oh. 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 KB again. Do we got another KB? She's not getting another doll. All right. Christian Blankenship, right? Listen, one second time now. So, all right, everybody. Purdy call links are on there. And let's go have a great week, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.